Professor Hoyt's interest in broadcasting began with a love affair with a dog. As a youngster, he was fascinated with Nipper, the RCA mascot, a relationship that has continued throughout his life. As a student at Wausau High School in the early 1960s, he worked summers at a local television repair shop, a job that led to another summer job, working nights and weekends at what was then WSAU TV. He was hooked. And when he went to UW-Madison, he pursued his education in television and journalism. His mentor, Professor Lee Dreyfus, was also general manager of WHA-TV. Hoyt majored in journalism while working part-time at WHA. He became involved in sports programming at the station, co-anchoring a weekly Badger sports program. At the urging of Professor Dreyfus, Hoyt applied for a newsroom internship at WTMJ-TV. This led directly to a long-term relationship with the station as he continued to work as a reporter and photographer in Madison when he returned to graduate school. Hoyt was often in demand for freelance photography, as shown at this Big Ten Conference track meet in 1967, where he shot film for both WCCO-TV in Minneapolis and for WTMJ. As a graduate student, he juggled his variety of television jobs with teaching during the school year and high school workshops in the summer. Here's a section of the high school workshop Jill Geisler attended. Upon finishing his PhD, Hoyt joined the faculty at Indiana University, a job that connected him with NBC News, where he was hired as a producer and editor in the network's Washington bureau beginning in 1972. And what an eventful year that turned out to be. Hoyt was personally dispatched to the Russian embassy to negotiate for the release of all network reporters' credentials for President Nixon's trip to Moscow. But most memorable was the Saturday morning of the Watergate break-in, which just happened to be his first day running the NBC bureau all alone. Talk about hitting the ground running. Although the door was open to him to remain at NBC, his alma mater called, and Hoyt returned to Madison as head of the broadcast news program in 1973. Throughout his career, he taught the freshman course Introduction to Mass Communications, with upwards of 500 students a semester. He also taught courses in broadcast news and ethics. In addition, he regularly served as a news consultant for NBC News and numerous local TV stations across the country. Having conducted significant research on the effect of cameras in courtrooms, he was appointed to Wisconsin's Committee on Courtroom Cameras, which drafted the rules that still direct the use of cameras in the state's courts today. For 10 years, he served as director of the School of Journalism. Then, in 1991, his career took a dramatic turn when Chancellor Donna Shalala asked him to become chairman of the UW Athletic Board. For 10 years, he headed the board and served as Wisconsin's representative to the NCAA and the Big Ten. He was a trusted member of Pat Richter's management team, which turned around the Wisconsin athletic program in the 1990s. Although he played a central role in athletic administration, he is best remembered by legions of journalism alumni who appreciate his rigorous yet personal style of teaching and his conscientious follow-ups with their careers and their lives.
The things I learned in Jim Hoyt's classroom, I carry with me until this day. And they're pretty simple, really. It's about searching vigorously for the truth. It's about being fair, not afraid, but fair when you pursue a story. It's about understanding that your words and the video you show have consequences, and that often what we say and do as journalists will have an impact on the communities in which we live and the people whose stories we tell. And perhaps most of all, he taught us to treat the audience with respect. And I think that's something that you can never forget. That's so important in what we do.
Jim, you were a pleasure to learn from. I learned so much. You presented the material in such an understandable fashion, and you taught me that it's an honor and a privilege to work in this state. For 25 years, I've used your principles in Rhinelander and Green Bay and Milwaukee. What a treat for a kid that grew up in Wisconsin, and now I'm honored to call you my friend. All of us that learn from you carry on your legacy, Jim. Thanks so much.
The award is given to those who have had a significant impact on journalism and their profession, and I can attest, along with thousands of other former students, you have had more than a significant impact. You have had a tremendous impact on me.
Yep, on both of us. Bill's the news director at KCBS in Los Angeles now, and I work for NBC Network News in Los Angeles. And I don't think there's a day that goes by when I don't think about something we learned back in our freshman year in Wisconsin. with this book.
And what I truly admire and what makes you such a great professor and a friend and a teacher is that not only did you help us learn when we were in college, but you've stayed connected to us, you've advised us, you've encouraged us, you've given your feedback to us over the decades, and that to me means more than anything.
Yeah, you are hugely impactful in both of our lives and in thousands of other people, and I'm so grateful. I think we're both so grateful to have you as a professor, and I think any success that we have is owed to you. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Professor Hoyt.
Yep.
Those former University of Wisconsin students echo the sentiments of hundreds Jim has taught, and along with fellow faculty members and friends, congratulations, Professor Jim Hoyt, on this Silver Circle Award.